Joining you tired and messy today. I have finally done week 10 of The Artist Way again. And as it was last time, I remember, so it is this time extremely difficult week to accomplish. However, I don't know, I feel like I had so many realizations, and before I talk about all of these realizations, I kind of want to talk about something that this book just like makes me feel, is that every single week that happens kind of falls exactly on the particular emotions and feelings that I'm currently experiencing. Like, for example, this whole chapter starts with, chapter 10 is recovering a sense of self-protection. And the very first part of this chapter is dangers of the trial, and like how we use blockages, different blockages like love, intimacy, sugar, what else? Workaholism, everything possible in order to block ourselves. And this week I was really judgmental towards, and here is the thought. Sometimes I get really, really judgmental about other people and their behavior, especially if I'm trying to do something differently in my life and I'm trying to move pieces differently, and then I choose to like socialize, for example, and then I socialize and I hear from people like being reckless, being messy, doing things the way that I would never do them. And then I start getting like extremely judgmental and extremely like pissed off. But I then also realize that I am the kind of person that doesn't do like, the things I don't find particularly fun and also still no. But what I realized within myself, the reason to why it drives me as crazy as it does is two things. I allow this energy to come into my life even if I don't want this energy, and I listen when I don't want to listen. And two, I don't actually let myself have a lot of fun, especially when I'm in this season in my life that is requiring me to be more clocked in. And usually what that does to me is that it makes me sick, like physically sick, because I'm not capable of balancing the pieces. I'm either clocked in or I am clocked out. Either I'm having fun or I'm working towards my dreams. I don't have this balance between all of this that is well enough structured, because like for example, like the dangers of the self-sabotage, like what things we use as self-sabotage. I think I eliminated a lot of the things from the self-sabotage that used to be a huge sabotage, but now it went from, I don't care to share it. It went from substance abuse to workaholism. It went from love and like romance and all of that stuff to food and obsession with like, not in a positive way. Like I am addicted to sugar, like bad. Like if I don't have like, it doesn't really matter. It's not bad. Like, oh, I'm addicted to substances, but at the same time that is like my saving grace. Like I allow myself to do something because I'm like, no, but I've had a hard day. So this is going to be what I'm going to be doing. And it's still self-sabotage because then I feel like sloppy and stressed, and I don't want to really move because I ate too much sugar and I drank too much coffee with sugar, and I just feel like so like ugh, and I cannot make myself like sit through a task fully and just finish it. Like everything is in like splurges and nothing is consistent. And it's the same thing that happened in this stage where there was substance abuse and where there was love abuse, all of that still happening here, but with new things, workaholism and sugar. It's the same experience of like avoiding creativity, avoiding myself, not being able to finish tasks, having like all of that stuff. It's the same thing. Now, coming back to what I just shared about people, because my thoughts are kind of scattered. For example, when people tell me about this part, when they're still here and I'm listening to it, it makes me feel like so weird inside, because I know exactly what I'm doing, and I know exactly what they're doing. It's avoiding yourself. Like all of this stuff is just it avoids you. It avoids you. It avoids your feeling. It avoids what you want. It avoids your creativity. It avoids your future. All of that shit, it doesn't sustain your future. Not in any way. Not at all. And this as well, it doesn't. So I feel like I was getting like really agitated this week, like really agitated, especially yesterday. I think it was like so challenging for me because I feel like I like want and need more people in my life that are like really passionate about their goals and really want to achieve them, because I don't want to be in that space again where I give myself a lot of excuses to why something is not going to work out for me, and keep thinking about like the worst case scenario instead of thinking about the best case scenario. Because realistically, I have big dreams, and because I have big dreams, I will have a massive amount of setbacks. And I think this week was also like so many setbacks. I cried more times this week than in a while, because I finally crashed out. It's been a hard month. I don't even remember when the last time I posted a video, because I'm not doing this by weeks anymore, because my life has been so fast. I haven't had the time. And this week also came in like a tough time, because like reading it just makes me painfully aware of the things that I'm avoiding. It makes me painfully aware of what I'm trying to block, because I am blocking my creativity and I'm blocking my future. And I am like, yes, okay, I'm not unhealthy in this way of substance abuse and relationships, I guess, anymore. Debatable, I don't know, let's work on that. But here, definitely, like I don't prioritize, for example, exercise. I don't prioritize walking as much as possible. Sometimes I do, and then I'm out of it again. When it comes to food, I just recently started prioritizing eating healthy. I have never in my life ate healthy. I stopped smoking last year. I smoked for 10 years of my life. Like, not saying, like, you can do whatever you want, honestly. Like, balance is balance. But at the same time, I know that if I do anything, I do it, and I overstand myself in everything that I do, including this and that and work and everything. So, yeah. And here I just liked how she said it. She said, we begin to sense our real potential and the wide range of possibilities open to us. That scares us, so we all reach for blocks to show our growth. So we all reach for blocks to slow our growth. If we are honest with ourselves, we all know which blocks are the toxic ones for us. Clue, this is the block that we defend as our right. I defend depending on what I want sometimes, like in terms of, I used to defend this like intense love and like consuming myself into something like fully. I used to defend it because it's like, it's creative, it's good. It's not creative. I only create in this particular stage when I'm defeated and it's done. I don't create before or after or during. No, wait, I create after. And sometimes after, not even right after, because right after I'm just defeated and sad. And food right now is something I defend, because like I just need that coffee with sugar. I just need this. It's like I listen to myself sometimes and I'm like, girl, be honest with yourself. Like, does it actually make you feel better? I cannot. No, probably not. Like, coffee doesn't even make me feel awake, okay? Like, it doesn't even work. So, I don't know. It's an excuse. All of that stuff is an excuse. Then the next part being workaholism, that just like called me out in every possible way, because then you have like this workaholism quiz that you need to answer like 20 questions, and to all of them I answered often, which was like a range of different questions. And one thing that also she mentioned in all of this is that when you are like this particular like rigid, like when you find workaholism to be your block, and workaholism is a block and not a building block, because you do need rest and fun in order to move forward in life. You cannot just like grab that workaholism and be like, this is it or nothing, and then you are basically like not doing anything fun, nothing fun. How are you going to create in that space? Honestly, I don't even have ideas when I'm not having fun. I'm just doing stuff that doesn't usually lead anywhere, and also it makes me feel like really unauthentic when I'm sharing it, because it's not truly what I feel. So fun is where the ideas come. And yeah, and again, what I just said, she wrote, in order to recover our creativity, we must learn to see workaholism as a block instead of a building block. Work abuse creates it's a funny thing, but we are dreaming of the ball and always experiencing the ball and the chain. Like, yeah, I don't know how to explain it. Yeah. We depend on our addiction and then we resent it. Whatever it is, whatever addiction it is, be it workaholism, be it love, be it food, be it whatever. Do you feel healthy? Do you feel wealthy? No? Then something is blocking you. It's blocking you. And I know what's blocking me. Like, that's the thing. Like, reading this chapter is like a call out. Last time, I don't think I reacted well to it, but I don't remember. I need to watch it back. Because this is the second time of me doing The Artist Way. But reading this, again, was like, it's a call out. It's a call out because this is exactly what I'm doing. And then you were supposed to set boundaries for yourself in work. Whoever has issues in life, and not just with your creativity, literally read this, because nothing called me out like this book twice now in my life. Drought. I loved that part because I feel like it's so true. Like, sometimes when we go through life and we're not really particularly creative, and when things are a little bit slow, we feel this like endless drought. And like, what's the point of everything? We want it to end, but at the same time, like, we're just in it. And our emotions in this like drought period are also like super dried out, and we don't really know like where we are. I felt very validated because like I have these periods more often than I have like the creative periods. And one thing that she wrote is like, keep going with writing, keep going with writing your morning pages, keep going on artist dates. This is the time where you find the light again. This is the time where you like fall back, but at the same time where you discover yourself, because it is just like yes, it's a dry period, but it's also a period of slowness. Yeah, the time in the desert brings us clarity. And I agree, because sometimes you are in this space and you're just like, why am I in this motherfucking space? Like, you just don't understand. Like, it's so long. Usually these periods are also like endless. You feel like they're endless. They can be months. Sometimes for me, it has been months to years. I felt like I'm going crazy, but have I completely changed my life after these periods? Mostly, yes. And I do feel like I am a person that has lived enough lives. Like, sometimes I want to like be like, you know what? Can I just like, this one, no, not this one. This one is not okay. We're changing this one to something else at some point, and then I want to chill. But maybe I don't know. Maybe that's just not my lifetime. Maybe this is just not what I am like in this lifetime. Maybe I will never chill. And then we have the two others, fame and competition, which was funny to me because last time I think, or at least like I remember, that I don't really care to be famous. I don't really care to be big, and I don't really feel like other people are in competition with me. But here's where, for the first time when I was reading this now, I realized that I'm lying to myself, because I do artistic stuff, and I did artistic stuff, especially in the very low period where I had no confidence because I wanted to be validated. And I often did it for no money, for people that were not really appreciative of me, because I wanted that validation, because I wanted to feel like I'm doing something correctly. So in the way, it was about fame. It was about recognition. And this is where I'm telling myself, you need to give that recognition to yourself, because you need to have fun with your art. And the last line that I like noted everywhere is, only when we are being joyful creatives, we can release the obsession with others and how they're doing. Because you stop thinking about everybody else and you start thinking about yourself. Am I having fun with my artistic expression? And then also charging for your artistic expression, and not just saying like, oh, I'm just doing it for validation. What's wrong with you? This is your work, so stop it. And competition, I thought I'm not competing with other people, but I do. And especially, I go into this like guilty thing and tell myself like, why do I have bad luck? Why do I have this? Why do I have that? I start going into like this victimhood whenever, but I didn't consider that competition, because I am actually genuinely happy when other people succeed, regardless of what niche they are in. Even if it's mine, I'm happy for them. But I do have this voice in my head, is like, why do I have shitty luck? Why do I have shitty luck? But you know what you do have? And it's not shitty luck. You have insane life experience. You have insane life experience, and that is actually your biggest asset. So you need to start using that instead of saying it's bad luck. It's an asset. If you transform it, it's an asset. And yeah, and I think for now, I'm done. Now I'm going to go to the tasks, and this is going to be a whole different thing because it's overwhelming. But here we are. Bye. Have a good day.